I'm Karen Tiber Leland, founder of Sterling Marketing Group. In this episode, I want to talk to you about Valentine's Day and how many companies are giving consumers the option to opt out of getting advertising for Valentine's Day. Well, why? Well, one reason, if you look at the big picture, is that we get 10 times more advertising per day now than we did 50 years ago. So 50 years ago, we got 500 ads a day. Today, we get 5,000 ads a day. So just to cut through all that noise takes a lot. Part of the problem with Valentine's Day specifically is that only 52% of the US right now, this year in 2022, plans on celebrating it. Well, think about it. Why? For a lot of people, Valentine's Day isn't a particularly happy experience. It's depressing. Maybe they've lost a loved one, or they've gotten divorced, or they're not in a relationship. So one of the things companies are realizing is that sane marketing versus drunk marketing is thinking about being more thoughtful about who do you give those messages to and allowing consumers to opt out. This is a trend we're seeing now where companies are starting to ask consumers, do you want to get advertising for this particular holiday? And we're starting to see that with not only Valentine's Day, but Mother's Day, Father's Day, and other significant holidays. So really think about, for your own company, are you doing the same marketing choice of letting your customers opt out of advertising they may not be interested in? So here's what I define as drunk marketing. Drunk marketing is engaging in any branding or marketing activity without an overall well-researched strategy. So I first coined this term when clients would call me and complain that they had spent tens of thousands or sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars on random marketing activities, whether it was Facebook ads or doing Twitter or doing podcasts, whole bunch of things. And it wasn't producing the result that they wanted. And part of the reason I realized was that they were doing drunk marketing. In other words, they hadn't thought through strategically what were the right activities for them based on their market, their competitors, the overall market in general, their particular business, their goals, etc. You know, there's over 40 different tactics you can use to build any brand, whether it's a business brand or a CEO brand or a company brand or a product brand, doesn't matter. You're not going to do all 40 of those tactics. So the trick and the key is to figure out which of those tactics, usually which 4 or 5 tactics are going to be the most effective given all of the givens for your company or your business. And then to create a strategy around that. And that's what I consider sane marketing. Anything else is drunk marketing. So I want to invite you to think about, have you ever done drunk marketing and what has the impact been? So this year, interestingly enough, one of the statistics was that 58% of consumers said that they'll buy a brand or they'll advocate for a brand based on that brand's beliefs and values. Now, that doesn't mean just what you say, right? Your beliefs and your values aren't just what you publicly put out there in social media. It's the actual actions that you take. And so part of being a sane marketer is having what you say you believe in and stand for and the way you act line up together. When those two things line up together, you have the most powerful message to your clients, to your consumers, to your customer base. So just remember that in the bigger picture of things, it's not just coming up with these clever marketing messages. Part of sane marketing is making sure that you've created an organizational structure and that you've created policies and procedures and a way of working with your clients and your customers that lines up with those values. So think about how you might do that in your own business today to create a stronger brand and more trust with your clients. This term was first coined by a company called Bloom and Wild. And what they noticed was that they were getting emails from their consumers, their customers, saying that they wanted to opt out of advertising for certain holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, because getting advertising for those holidays was causing them pain. And think about it, if you've lost a parent or if you've gotten divorced or for a whole variety of reasons, you may not want to be reminded of those holidays. And so what they started to do was they started to change their advertising, their mailing campaigns, so that they were giving people a choice about opting in or opting out for those holidays, hence the creation of the thoughtful marketing movement. Now, what I love about this and why I think this is related to sober marketing as opposed to drunk marketing is that a lot of companies just take a one-size-fits-all approach to their branding. Again, whether it's business branding or personal branding or CEO branding, there's kind of this spray and pray approach. But really, that is the very essence of drunk marketing. Sober marketing is a much more thoughtful marketing where you're stopping and you're thinking about which of my customers would like what kinds of messages, which of my customers would like me to interact with them in a certain way. You know, to me, part of sane marketing is giving customers not only that choice about what they receive, but about how they get in touch with you. You know, think about the time when you've gone to a company and they're forcing you to only deal with them online versus allowing you to talk to them on the phone and speak to a real person. What a concept. You know, some people want to just deal with you online, but other people prefer to deal with you by the phone. And so really giving our customers the choice about not only what they receive from us, but how they interact with us, that's thoughtful marketing. And hence that's sane marketing as opposed to the drunk marketing, one size fits all approach. So I'd love it if you think about right now, how much are you giving your consumers and your customers the chance to interact with your brand the way they want to interact with your brand?